I made I made this a few nights ago. I didn't plan to, but it's like therapy for me. I do to do this, and our kids will hear these someday and wonder why you ignored me instead of trying to work it out. If you're convinced you have a good reason, please tell me so I can have some peace of mind. Over here, it looks like you're aware you're not making the best choices. If this is about my faith and you're waiting for God to address your fleece, please know that you don't need a sign from God to tell you to love me as yourself and treat me the way you would want to be treated. And it is an insult to God to claim you are doing this because I don't believe what you can't even prove is true, and you are judging me and doing everything God says not to do. If you think I'm not saved, where is your compassion, and why are you not trying to be a light and making the most of this opportunity to put your faith in action so our kids can see a perfect example of how to live for God? There's no biblical basis for your actions, and we only need to lay fleeces if what we need to know is not in the Bible, and we sure are not supposed to ignore God's instructions while we wait for an answer. I live by all I say to you. I'm not trying to preach something I don't believe in. Please pray for God to show you if what I say is true. Our beliefs are not what God is paying attention to. He knows we all believe lies and truth, and it's all different for each person, and you can't pick and choose which beliefs are more important than others. If you believe God judges us by what we believe, then even one lie will not be good. I have legitimate reasons for my beliefs, and the more I look at history and what Constantine did and what he had changed and added, I would be a fool to not be skeptical, and God knows that I can't help but not know, but my heart is still seeking righteousness, and since I have grown more in love than when I went to church, I'm no longer full of pride, arrogant, insensitive, controlling, pushy, opinionated, argumentative, inconsiderate of people's feelings, judgmental, selfish, and no longer put conditions on my love for people. I'm actually very conscientious of how I love and treat people, and I'm careful to not be like the people who hurt me or whatever. For you to think that God is sending me to hell, but still helping me grow in love, patience, self-control, kindness, humility, compassion. I'm someone who cares to be a light in a dark place. I make the most of opportunities. I'm conscientious of opportunities to do the right thing, even when it's not easy to, because that's a test of my character, to see if I'm willing and able to resist the temptation to do something that will hurt someone, because I know that if I do, I will also be hurting myself, and this is what inspires others to want to be better people. I didn't fully grasp what the Bible was teaching about love. Loving your neighbor as yourself is treating them the way you want to be treated, and that requires help from above. That would be where the fruits of the Spirit come in play. When I do love God's way, sometimes I need self-control, patience, kindness, but that's what brings me and others peace and joy. In spite of everything, Jay, I have peace within. I have for years. This is not a deception from Satan. If Satan has been the one granting me love, joy, peace, patience, etc. for all these years, that would be counterproductive to his agenda. You are in no place to judge me. You are not around, and the kids are kids, so their perspective of things are not always what is reality. The right thing to do is for you to take the time to communicate with me, spend time with me and the kids. We likely need a mediator, but not the court's kind, a therapist, because there are issues that need to be confronted and worked through, because any therapist and adult who grew up with divided parents will tell you it does cause damage and interferes with healthy development and prevents kids from thriving in life and sends mixed messages, like if you give them advice on treating each other with respect and to be considerate of each other's feelings, but they see you do the opposite of that with me, they will likely do what you do and not what you say. From over here, what I feel from you and Karen is judgment, disrespect. You show our kids you don't like me. You don't encourage them to honor me. You don't try to get to the bottom of Jana and Javin's issues with me. You ignore me. You say things about me to people like the school, your family, my brother, my mom, that are not good or encouraging. I have tried everything I know to do that, what usually helps and mends most relationships. I even asked you to tell me what I did and what you want so I can make things right. I told you our kids need us to set a better example because I can see how this is affecting them and I can see where it will likely take them. I even told you about um, our son, how our son is concerned and trying to help, and how disappointed he was when we didn't do therapy because it was his idea. He was looking forward to it. I told you I'm consumed by this. It has greatly affected so much of my mind and emotions and overall health because I'm helpless to help my kids and living apart from them for so long and dealing with continuing to do things that just hurt so bad. And them seeing me in pain. I tell you, our son, you tell our son I have to prove my faith, yet how would you even know if you haven't spent any time with me or even acknowledged what I have gone through the past 5 years? What if I said you needed to prove your faith to me? Because honestly, Jay, I question whether or not you are in fact genuine because of how you have treated me for the last 5 years. And even if I did horrible things to you, I have tried to make things right in my life and relationships, and being judged and rejected by people I care to have in my life, like you, my mom, my brother. None of you even gave me a chance to get to know me. No one listens or cares to try to imagine what it is like in my shoes and how you would want to be treated if you were in them. And you don't treat me that way. I am trying to tell you that this is very difficult for me to correct, and it is very difficult for me to correct and discipline our kids because they take advantage of the fact that they know I want to make them happy when they are here for such a short time, and I fear they will choose not to come because you let them choose not to come. And this also hurts them because they are not getting proper discipline and they are in the habit of taking advantage of people, and this will not help them when they are older. There are so many things I could address, and I have tried and expressed my concerns for our kids, and to be ignored shows me that you, for whatever reason, are unable or unwilling to co-parent with me and work with me so we can do the very best for our kids. You don't seem to be doing anything to help them or me in any way. Maybe you think therapy for them is enough, but I'm telling you that even if our kids are so well behaved at home and don't show any signs of having any problems, I'm telling you they do when they are here. And I try to talk to them with respect, and I can tell they are not paying attention, and therefore the lecture goes on a while, and clearly they are not used to that. And all you do is allow them to choose not to come when you're supposed to be the adult, and you should talk to the other adult, me, involved in their complaint, because kids twist things or misunderstand or exaggerate. If you don't know this, and if you don't believe me, ask a professional, please. Why would I keep reaching out to you like I do if I didn't really have concerns, and all my energy goes to trying to help our kids and our relationship for a better future if all of it was BS? Come on, Jay, I know you know these things. Why keep showing me such irresponsibility and, for lack of a better word, ignorant, immature, unproductive, inconsiderate, fruitless, loveless, joyless, inexcusable, damaging, hurtful, rude behavior? That is such a poor example and really just hypocritical and self-righteous. How can you blame me for speaking up about what I think, feel, and see? And can you think of anything good you have done to show me you care or have compassion or understanding or consideration for my concerns and pain that I could compliment you on? Trust me, I hate that this is all you hear from me about. I have tried to say encouraging things to you from the heart and assure you that no matter what, I love you and want to be friends, and I'm grateful that you show love and respect to our kids, and you don't abuse them or discourage them, and you work hard to provide, and I thank you for all of that. But you know how I have tried and worked and done so much to improve myself and my life so I could raise my kids, and you clearly prefer I fall off a cliff because you think our kids are better off without me and in Karen's care. And I believe you are smart enough to know deep down that is a crock, and you know what our kids have missed out on the last 5 years. And if you really think that them coming home from school and fending for themselves without the love, nurture, attention, discipline, and supervision, quality time, guidance, making sure they don't have so much screen time, making sure they are all in the same room together, interacting as a family, learning right and wrong and how to treat each other, being shown that their mom has interest in their lives at school and what they think and feel like and don't like, then I absolutely question your faith. And if you are hearing from above, I don't sense there is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, meekness, or self-control over there much. Our kids don't show signs of being around that. You are likely under the impression that Karen is all those things I am to our kids, but I wouldn't be surprised if she is deceiving you and everyone else, because that's who she is. I don't see any signs of any growth in that area, and for you to think you can't be fooled is foolish, because Charlie and the CPS lady fooled you. If you were me, I'd hope you would speak up and to try to wake me up. Again, prove me wrong. I have nothing to lose or you have nothing to lose except maybe the few things you really can and should live without if you want to see our kids have a good future. When they confront you when they are adults, will you be able to say you did everything you could for them and all you could to have peace with me? They already know I try and you reject me, and they don't know why. What will you tell them was the reason? What was so bad that you couldn't even try to work it out, not even with a counselor? If you dislike me because of my efforts, my words, that I have legitimate reasons to feel and think what I do, and this is about my kids, of course. This is it's in my nature to fight for them. I'm trying to fight fair, not dirty. But you are not. You can't keep acting like you are doing the right thing. You can't keep pretending you don't know how bad this hurts them. God leads us to do things that bear fruit, Jay. What brings peace to all involved, that bring growth and shine his light. I don't see your light, Jay. So what are you doing? Denial is not truth and doesn't help. If you read this in a footnote in your Bible, you would receive it as wisdom. If your pastor preached it, or anyone else, you would. These are my convictions. I'm not perfect, but I know God is pleased with my heart and motives and actions. He sees the fruit I bear. He sees the light I am, and you refuse to. And this is not right. And the reason that I just had to read this super fast was because I had just done it right before this and recorded it, and I hit the retry button instead of the next step. So I was kind of frustrated, and I just wanted to get this done. So yeah, anyway, I love you. I hope you listen to it.